Hello, and welcome to another episode of G&Ts with me, Gary, Tom, and the technical expert, which is Tam, which has caused a little bit of a stir to start the episode.
I may
But
or
good
I
evening,
may
gents.
not have forgot to set it to go live there when I done the intro, so that's why we're all laughing.
Was we actually recording or not?
Yeah.
Was it?
I'm just,
It was.
No, the first time it wasn't, mate. I actually
Oh,
forgot
okay.
I forgot to set it to live. I had it on preview.
I've just got visions of the first 30 seconds of this episode of us just staring at each other in silence.
Huh?
It's not the first time it would have happened.
No.
This tends to happen a fair bit.
It does. It does. But anyway, how are we, gents? How's your week been? Anything exciting happened?
Well, one of our videos from last week, the question that you'd done, Gary, the riddle, the one, the 30 cows one, for some reason that's gone viral again. That's another video that's gone viral. I think it was 130,000 the last I checked.
Wow.
And it only put up today, so happy
It's
days.
mad how it's them silly ones.
Yep. And it's funny, if anyone go on TikTok and look at the comments, some of them are absolutely hilarious. They're really funny.
I thoroughly enjoyed that word.
Oh, the guy that he sat and actually explained it, but then he still got it wrong. Someone actually called him out on it. It was
I was reading that comment thinking, oh no,
yeah,
you've opened up the floodgates here, mate.
Yep.
That's good.
So
Looks like you got a fair bit of abuse, Tom, as well, for thinking about the answer and shouting out the random number 7. So someone appreciated that.
I think
Yeah.
it's very well founded abuse that you got, mate, to be honest.
It's funny though, how random ones like that just pick up so much traction so quickly, though, isn't it?
It's so strange, mate. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Well,
Yep.
I haven't got any more this week, so
It's all right, mate.
after the reaction that you two gave me last week, I thought perhaps I should knock these on the head.
Well, I've got a couple of riddles for you, so I hope I've still got them, because going the way this has started, it's not looking good, to be honest. I've probably lost them.
Not holding out much hope.
They might be there, they might.
They might not. They might have a riddle. Maybe not.
How did we find the slight change of path last week with having actually a relatively serious conversation, albeit about UFOs?
And it started off, it wasn't particularly serious for you two clowns, but I actually enjoyed it, mate. It's good, just keeping it still lighthearted, but not the usual just descends into absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Where God knows what you got to answer or
Yeah.
what trauma you've got to go through.
Yeah. Well, I always lose track of the fact that my eldest boy Archie's got YouTube and he watches some of these clips, and he said to me, "You know, in your podcast, you were talking about crop circles. Who's John?" I was like, "John's not a real person, mate. That's just someone that comes to my mind." And he actually thought I knew someone called John that stamped on cardboard in a field to make brick patterns. But bless his heart.
Love it.
To be fair, we was on Tam did a little TikTok live warming up before the tournament. And I was in there watching it. And then all of a sudden we got a message pop through and it was like, "Hi, I'm Archie, I'm Gary's son." Hi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it was on for like 4 seconds and then he took it off. It was like, "Oh, cheers."
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Hi, Archie. Bye, Archie.
And that's what it was like.
Man, a few words.
Come on, mate.
It's not
Oh,
even a
bless
few
him.
words. He didn't even stick around and watch it.
Yeah, just come on to say that and then left.
Well,
Then
bless
again,
his heart.
To be fair, who'd want to watch Tam throwing darts?
It's a fair point, mate.
I watched him the other day. Oh, no, I didn't watch you, Tam, did I? I played against you. Sorry, I confused myself.
How did it go?
Oops. Tam, I can't remember the score, mate. What was it?
I was too busy basking in the glory of beating James Morgan after I played you. Leathered him.
We'll skip over our result.
Yeah.
We'll skip over it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Tends to be a thing. If we went through how many times we played this week, it'd be a fair few, and I think Tam's won one.
We've not actually played that many times, have we? The last few days, I don't think.
Well, not the last few days we haven't.
Yeah.
But if you look at our overall head-to-head, there's no end to games. And to be fair, I reset my thing halfway through the year anyway. So God knows how many was on there before that.
Yeah.
What, your dark counter?
Yeah.
Is that you wanted to get rid of all the lower average games and start again?
No, the kids were using mine. So pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that old chestnut.
Yeah.
Well, going back to the subject of the UFOs, I personally enjoyed the conversation. I thought it was quite a nice change to look at something in a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
And obviously, within that conversation, I just threw it out about the moon landing, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And said, or did we? So, how'd you feel about exploring that this week?
Definitely.
About the conspiracy around the moon landing.
Give us a wee sec. It's a jingle coming, mate. Jingle. Just make sure it's live this time.
Just 1 minute of us staring at each other.
I've got my fingers crossed that this is the right one I'm clicking.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tam.
Nice.
So, moon landing. What do you know about it?
What do I know? Smash North went to...
It's one of what's your thoughts on it, Gary? Do you think it's fake? Do you think it's real? Do you buy any of the conspiracy theories surrounding it?
It's one of those that the more you look into it, the more people start suggesting reasons not to believe it. But then as you start going down the path of actually, yeah, this could be fake, the more you then realise how strange that sounds. And you think, don't be stupid, it can't be fake.
Yeah. The thing, what was it? Is it Stanley Kubrick? They said video that they'd get Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, have you actually watched any of the movies from round about that time, the special effects and all that? How horrific they were. Like, but you think they managed to fake such a realistic moon landing? And the thing for me is, the big one for me that makes me say, well, it can't be fake, is the fact that the Russians would have called America out by now. If it had been fake, they would have been called out by now. So you're going, let's stop this silly.
Because that's how it all started, wasn't it? It was like the space race.
Yeah.
And it was the Soviet Union, wasn't it, against USA, who can get there first. And when I was looking into it, it was all about how America basically just wanted that propaganda to say, we got there first against the Soviet Union. But then when you look into all of the things they would have had to falsify to make that credible, like when you think about, I heard a stat that was something like nearly 500,000 people were employed within that space industry leading up to it. All of them would have had to be kept secret or either murdered or paid off. You've got the building, the blueprints, all of the engineers, the spaceship actually launched. Then they say that the astronauts were secretly flown off to Area 51 after the spaceship went up. Then they filmed it in the studio. Then they got in the shuttle in the back of a military aircraft, dropped the shuttle out the back of the aircraft so the shuttle looked like it was coming down. You think, after all of that, surely it's easier just to go to the fucking moon.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I watched I don't know if you've ever heard of the TV show Mythbusters.
Yeah, brilliant show.
They done a thing, and that was what it was to do with. It was to see, was it faked? And everything, like, there's loads and loads of stuff that they come up with. The sort of conspiracy theory guy comes up with now is to do with the photo evidence and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just like, don't be silly. It's like saying about the because of the absence of the stars in the sky and all that, and the way the shadows fell and stuff like that, and you're just going, don't.
Oh yeah, because why is it? Because if it's something from the sun, the line should be parallel in the shadows.
It was all to do
should
with,
it be?
I think it's all to do with the way that some of the shadows were going one way, and they try to make out it was studio lights. This is crap. I don't know if there's more. There's probably more than that.
And I know the stars one. was something about a camera, but then also when it was done, effectively it was daytime on the moon.
And it's all to do with the way that the light reflects off of the moon. That's why there's no stars. It's to do with the exposure on the camera. So we should have got Rab on again.
Yeah.
It's all to do with that sort of stuff.
And then what's it? The big famous one is the waving flag.
Yeah.
With no wind.
Yeah.
But if you look closely at the picture, there it's at the top of the flag is there's like the pole in it, and it's ridged to make it look like it's waving. And
it's also the fact that because it's in it's like in a vacuum, basically. That's what it is. It's in a vacuum.
Yeah.
So you're going, if you put that in, if you move it, it's going to keep moving. There's nothing there. There's no resistance to stop it from moving. It's like if you bounce a bouncy ball, eventually it will stop, but it's going to still have that energy in it. So it's a similar sort of concept. It's just everything that they come out with, you could have an argument to.
Well, that's the thing. Everything they have come out with has been debunked as saying, no, this is what it's happened. It's like they say the creases in it when it's the waving flag, and it's like, well, it's been folded up.
Yeah.
It's not going to come out crease free.
Yep.
I heard a stat, and I don't know how true this stat is, but do you know percentage-wise how many people believe that it didn't happen?
I reckon it'll be more than 50%, I reckon.
Oh,
in America, anyway, they just don't have any trust in their government at all. Don't get me wrong, I can see why.
Yeah. The stat was 1 in 4 believe that it didn't happen globally.
Globally?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a massive amount of people.
Yeah, it's 25%. Yeah,
that's not just a couple of blokes down the pub going, bollocks. That's a lot of people that don't believe in it.
I just, like you said, I don't understand that. Why, one, they would fake it. Two, it's a lot of effort for them to do it. And like I say, everything that they've tried to pin it on, what can't be true, they've debunked.
Yeah.
So there's the whole, so outside the ozone thingy, there's a, can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
There's like a radiation layer.
What's it called again?
I know it's got a name, I can't remember it.
The Van Allen belt?
Yes. And it's and they compared it to walking over hot coal. Well, you know the firewalkers.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't stop halfway in the middle, would you?
Yeah.
And that's how they compare it. It's got no thingy because the speed that the spaceship's going, it's not going to cause any effect on them.
Yeah.
Like firewalking, don't. If you just walk normally, just don't stop in it. That's the big thing, saying how could they go through that and not die through radiation straight away?
Yeah, it's one of those
everything
ones.
I've got an answer for.
They've done also I was listening to something saying about, I think it was 2 or 3 years before it actually happened, they were doing a test launch and something went fatally wrong and 4 people basically died at the launch. And they're saying, how can you go from such a catastrophe to then 2 years later completely pulling it out of the bag and going, oh, we've done it.
Oh, look at the Challenger one. I mean, they successfully launched rockets for years, and then that just blew up. I remember that one. I mean, I'm old enough to actually remember that when it happened. Early mid-80s, was it? I can remember when it happened. It was quite a big thing at that time. So you're going, shit happens. That was all to do because of some seal. That was why it blew up. Apparently it was some seal. And whatever happened to the fuel because of the cold. It should never have launched because of the temperature. So you're going, human error.
Did they even have like a successful test flight? Or did they just go, right, we've got one shot at this?
No,
this has got to work.
That's the thing, mate. They've done extensive research on it. It's like one of those ones. They would have spent billions, or it would have been billions back then. They've spent billions on it.
Well, so there's that film it's not. It's about that lady that worked in there, and she was doing the numbers for it. Obviously, it's a bit off thingy because that was more to do with the race side of it and how they wouldn't trust her and whatnot. But even seeing something like that, the amount of people they had working on it and the numbers, to make sure it would all land perfectly and go where they wanted it to, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like all the top brains doing it.
That's exactly what I was going to say, mate. A lot of very, very intelligent people working on it. So for these fucking idiots to come out and say, yeah, it never happens, you're like, fuck off. Because you don't have the talents to work it out. Then they come up with these things that they have absolutely no clue about they're talking about. It's like, because I've heard someone mention something. And they don't understand what the actual thing they're talking about is. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm some sort of scientific expert, but I'm not going to sort of start arguing with someone that does know what they're talking about.
Yeah, because I mean, like the Soviet Union, if it was such a race to space, and they got wind that America were going to have an attempt, surely they would have been watching it like a hawk. Thinking,
I mean, by now they would have worked out, right? Because apparently the Soviet Union were close as well. So you're going, well, surely they would have, as I said at the beginning, they would have called them out. They would have put out evidence to prove it. No, it was faked.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus Christ, they can rig elections and all that. I'm sure they could find the information for that.
Yeah. It's just.
I mean, like, what was it? It was Armstrong, Michael Collins, and who was the other
Buzz
guy?
Aldrin. But he's
Buzz
the
Aldrin.
he's the one that punches people if they ask him stuff like, silly questions about the moon, the moon landing, he just punches them. Because he's
I
sick of
imagine
hearing
that. That's like the most successful thing you'll ever do.
Somebody says you talk shit.
And someone just constantly, that was fake. That was fake.
The big one as well is a lot of people say that the argument, they wouldn't swear on the Bible and all this fucking nonsense. And apparently, some of them did. They actually did swear on the Bible, and then, no, you're just lying. You're going, well, how could you win against these fucking morons?
But that's the thing, you tell us that, oh, go on and do it, and I'll believe you. They do it. It's still not true.
Nah, you're still lying. But yeah, Buzz Aldrin just punches people. Hilarious. Love it.
It's like, I think you can see why people would start to believe that it didn't happen there. Like, if you start listening to stuff, the podcast I was listening to, this guy was sort of trying to explain how everything has got an answer. And it's like, well, what about the stones and the earth that they brought back and where they got that from? And there's an answer for everything on the side of it didn't happen. But like I say, the more I sort of delve into it, I just think this is a fucking really difficult thing to try and hide.
See, the thing as well, Gary, is that annoys me is these people, they come out with all this stuff, but they don't have to prove anything. You have to prove everything, but they can just sort of say, yeah, but what about that? But you're going, but I've just answered your question, now you're just bringing something else up. You're going, like, what about you prove the things that you're talking about?
Yeah. I think Tom liked the discussion.
Yeah, I think you get bored of it then, mate. But yeah, it is a
tough topic. It's I'd love to meet someone that was close enough to it that could just blow out any kind of theory or any element of doubt, just so you can go, okay, fair enough.
Well, I would recommend to anyone to check out fake moon landing by Mythbusters, and they literally take every single thing and they show why. No, it was real, it wasn't fake. Yeah.
We'll have to dig it out.
Yeah, it's really
Have a little
good.
look.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was the debate of the moon landing.
It's a quick one, like how crazy they are. I was seeing something and I had a proper chuckle over it. So, you know, on a airplane, they put like the screen up of the like how the flight's going. and someone had the argument of they wanted to get home quicker. So why on earth is the plane going like that instead of flying straight? And obviously the curvature of the Earth.
Or is it?
Yeah. Yes.
And I was
That's
just sat there and I
a
was
story
like,
for another podcast.
is that really what it's come to? The fact that you're like, well, hold on, why are we going 3 hours out that way when you could just fly straight instead of going like that?
And the thing as well is a lot of people don't grasp is just how big the Earth is. It's like they think there's going to be this big sort of ball thing. It's like you're going, no, but you'd need to travel like a ridiculous amount of miles before you would any real notice any curvature. It's like absolute balloon balls.
But that one made me chuckle.
Yeah, that is funny.
And I had a nice argument. Why can't we just fly straight?
Well, but there's people out there that are utterly convinced it's flat Earth.
I would love us if we could get someone on that's like believes that the Earth is flat and hear why.
Yeah, it's a safe environment. We won't take the pick.
I'm going to dig into that because I really do want to do the flat Earth thing because I just find it hilarious.
I'd love to know.
How do you keep the water in? Is it just like a big wall around the edge?
It's bananas, mate. They've got answers for everything, but none of it makes sense. It's hilarious.
And you travel so far, that's it. You'll just drop off.
Yeah.
But how far you got to go there? What? Do it. Show me. Show me how far you got to go.
Where's the big ice wall?
Just stuck.
Yeah.
Well, that is a debate for another day, gents.
Yeah, definitely, isn't it?
Okay, so we're saying moon landings happen then.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
he's wanting this question that Gav sent in. He's actually sent a video in because Gary refused to ask the question.
Thank you for clarifying that point, Tam.
And I'm going to be honest. I have seen this video and I can see why Gary didn't want to ask this question. Here we go.
Come on.
Morning. So this question. You're an inch in your mother and your dad is an inch in you. Which way are you going to move to get out? Sorry guys.
You're a sick bastard, mate.
Two things. One, I refuse to answer that. And two, that's not how I pictured Gav.
No. That's how it.
Do you know, I thought the same. When he sent it to me to start with, I thought, that's Gav. Didn't think that was going to be him.
Yeah.
That's complete. I was expecting some like 45-year-old middle-aged man with glasses who's an accountant.
But in all fairness, now you've heard the types of questions he's asking, that is how I picture Gav.
Yeah.
Walking through the woods.
Yeah.
Well, Gav, you sick puppy.
You're a sick man.
It is a question that there's not a winner. You can't.
No, there's no way I'm answering that, boys.
Tam's got limits.
I have limits, and you've just found it. I'm just trying to find this riddle thing that we're talking about.
Gav did message me privately and said he's looking forward to hearing your answer, Tam, specifically.
It depends. Is it in between Gav's mum and dad, or is it my own?
We'll have an answer for both.
Right, he's ready for this riddle since Gary done us up last week with the riddles.
Go for it.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Tom?
Because it's just another thing to make me sit here and look stupid. I don't need any help.
I was going to say,
I
mate.
don't know why you're laughing.
Shots fired.
Are you ready then?
Yeah.
Tell smart ass Liz she can have a shot at it as well then.
Yeah.
I will repeat it.
You see a boat filled with people. It has not sunk, but when you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why?
Boat full of people has not sunk. It was on the shore, and it capsized on the shore.
7.
Oh, mate, love it.
Gold. You see a boat that's full of people.
You see
that
a boat.
has not sunk.
You see a boat
Right,
filled
hold on a
with
sec.
people.
Liz, you see a boat full of people.
Filled with people. It has not sunk, but when you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why?
So you see a boat filled with people. It has not sunk, but when you look again,
You don't
You
see
see
a
no
single.
one?
You don't see a single person on the boat. Why?
you don't see a single person on the boat. What?
It's
Yeah,
the scuba,
that face
the
doesn't-
scuba divers.
I haven't got a
He's
clue.
one. The one just to give you the answer, put you out your misery.
Would be nice.
You're going to have to.
All the people were married. You don't see a single
A
person.
single.
Oh, fucking love it. Yeah. You don't look very happy about that one, there, Gary.
I just wish I didn't ask you that question last week. Because last week I thought I had the upper edge and I thought I look quite intelligent here. Now, tables are turned.
Mm-hmm.
Very uncomfortable.
Yep. It's not so funny now, son, is it?
Massively overthought that.
Yeah.
I don't think your Scottish accent helps though, because it makes it hard to hear key words in the question.
Are you try to do a Tom here? This crap is it's all about how the question was asked.
Yeah, there's a pattern of that on this show.
Yeah. When I don't know the answer, it's debate asked. Yeah.
Did Liz get it?
No.
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 Coming to town. What's your next
You
one?
want another one? I'll give you another one if you want. I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I?
Still trying to work out what Houseys is.
Just not.
I could say it. I can ask you it in Scottish if you like.
Go on. Let's have it.
You want it in
Full
Scot-
chock mode.
the full Scot mod? I've got cities but no houses. I've got mountains but no trees. Got water but no fish. What am I?
Tom, you can't say 7 to this.
No. I'm just trying to think those water with no. What did you say? Water with no.
But no fish.
What? I'm thinking, Gary, you probably could have a stab in the dark with this, with your famous answers.
Billy Ocean.
Correct. Ding 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 ding.
I haven't got a clue.
The answer is a map.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is they always so obvious, aren't they, once you know?
Yep. I think that'll fucking do us with that, boys.
Hate riddles. Hate 'em.
I think once you get the first one out of the way, it's generally the first one that sort of, once you get that out of the way, that's when your brain starts to get adapted. Obviously, used to it's not worked that well, but
I got one last week.
yeah, you did, mate. You did.
You did. You got the spaghetti. Talking of getting questions right, Tom, you know you've stopped doing the quiz now 7 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Are you doing another one this week?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
It's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's be having it.
The thing is, as soon as I come off this, I'll be throwing stuff around. I'm not doing that again. ungrateful, and then I'll be like, I'll do it this week.
Yeah, I'll get a private message. Do you want me to do the questions this week?
So I have got a tiebreaker as well.
Good, mate. Because every segment,
Beautiful.
we need the jingle. We need the jingle, man. Stop messing about here.
Sorry.
I absolutely love the commitment to not deleting the word guests in that intro. We've had a guest on for weeks, and it's still there in the hope that someone's going to come along.
The funny part is, I keep saying, I'll need to adjust that. I'll need to fix that. I'll need to take that bit out. Every week I say it. I'm a bit like Tom. It's like I'm not doing the quiz anymore.
It's all right. I'll just keep pointing it out every
Do
week.
you know what? I do not like how this is starting to turn towards I come on, I'll get bullied. It's gradually getting more and more each episode.
I'm going to admit, I'm quite enjoying the fact that that's what's happened.
I think what we need to get Tam to edit is, like if you watch a TV program and there's something that's a little bit upsetting on there, and at the end of it says, if you was affected by what you've just watched, and then put like the phone number to the Samaritans or something for you.
I'll just put, if you're offended, ha 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 ha.
Diabetes helpline.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom.
Who's going first?
You want me to go first this week, Gary? You went first last week, so I'll go first.
You can take the honours this week, Tam.
Let's do it then.
So, Tam, which London jazz quintet won the 2023 award for the Mercury Prize?
The Billy Oceans.
No.
Jazz
Dave took Gary's answer.
Jazz ain't my bag, mate. Yeah, I do not like jazz.
If there was one music genre out there that I could just completely fuck off and never listen to again, it would be jazz.
Jazz or country music?
It's not that.
I mind a bit of country.
Country's all right.
I mind a bit of country. It's better than jazz.
Jazz is shit.
Don't let Rich watch this then, because he's a bit of a smoother fan.
I'm a bit of smoother fan.
That explains a lot, mate, to be honest.
I don't do jazz, mate. I'm never in a million years going to get this.
Ezra Collective.
Yeah, fair play to him. Good luck.
Yeah.
Now, Gary, your first question. What was the most watched English? I'm not saying that was such a list.
English. I told you, it's the way that you pronounce them.
I've overthought that, how saying it, and it's just come out batshit crazy. I'm not doing the quiz next week.
Never.
What was the most watched English?
Fucking wheels are falling off. Come on.
Netflix series of 2023.
The most watched.
Yeah.
I think I saw something and it was quite surprising. Was it something random like At Home with the Furies?
No. How many ideas?
I'm trying to think what was trending at that time. I can't think of anything.
Stabbing the dark.
Emily in Paris.
Wednesday.
Was it? I take it Liz said Wednesday. Is that what Liz obviously said that.
They can all hear you.
Yeah.
That was American. That wasn't English. It's true. You said English in your question.
English language.
It was still American. They got their own language.
Right, I'm going to try and get this one with no... Just don't even think about it. Sam, second question.
Doing it.
The first baby stroller was initially designed not to be manoeuvred by the parents, but by what?
A dog.
I'm going to let Gary have a go before...
Was he close?
Yes and no.
Shetland pony.
It's not a goat, is it?
It's a goat.
I remember hearing something about. I'm genuinely remember that they're used as like milkmaids or something like that. They actually got them to feed kids back in olden days.
Yes.
Honestly, I remember watching a thing about it going, what?
So it was a goat or another similar sized animal. So that's why...
A dog? So it's a
Yeah.
dog? It's a point then, surely. Don't know why I called you Shirley, but it's a point.
No.
Someone gets something
So-
beeping in the background.
Oh, yeah, that's the baby monitor.
Yeah, that's cool. No worry, but
Tell
that's
the
fine.
goat to turn it off.
I'm not repeating that to her.
I wasn't calling this the goat.
Oh, Gary.
She will watch this herself.
Yep.
So, Gary, your second question. Who became the most followed woman on Instagram in February 2023?
Taylor Swift.
Let's see, I would have said.
It's not Taylor Swift.
It's not? Oh. Ooh. Jesus Christ.
I'm sure Taylor Swift would have probably took over by now, but
Yeah,
this is when the question was...
2023. Michelle Obama. Not going to be that, but I can't think of anyone else.
Selena Gomez.
Really?
Yeah.
Thought she was old news.
There you go. Well, she does that Murders in the Building, doesn't she? Only Murders in the Building.
I've not seen it.
It's actually quite good. It's quite funny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've seen things about it. I've just never got...
Yeah, it's actually quite funny.
Yeah.
So, who's on question 3 now?
Me?
Time question 3. What is the one letter of the alphabet that does not feature in any of the names of the 50 US states? I don't know if it's Fraser or everyone's thinking.
Think of it.
Z.
No. Gary, any idea?
Oh no, that's got an X in it. F. No idea.
Tell me you look like you wanted to say another one.
Is it J?
Jai?
Is that a J or an I?
J. JJ.
Oh.
Can't answer twice at once.
Q.
It's Albuquerque, not. Is that a state?
Sorry?
Is that Albuquerque, is it? I just made
That's
that up.
the state.
Yeah, that was one
Yeah.
of the first ones I thought, and I thought, no, Albuquerque. Yeah, I've just made that up. I have been known to talk shit from time to time.
That's the only letter out of all the states.
Q.
Q, yeah. Oh,
Blimey.
Z's Arizona.
So it is. I can try to rack my brain for thinking.
Yeah. X is obviously Texas.
Yeah.
You start thinking of the quirky ones, and then yeah.
Then the rest just fall into place.
Hmm.
The only see when I first seen it, I was got stuck on B.
Alabama.
Yeah, that's quite a few actually.
Yeah, there is quite a few, but when you just sat there looking, thinking, you're like, huh? But yeah. Question 3 for Gary then.
Question 4 for Gary, please.
Question 4 for Gary then. This is why I'm not doing it. How many national anthems have no words?
Fucking ramped up this week, Tom, haven't you?
Smashed it, innit? Oh. 27.
5.
4. I'll take a bonus point if anyone can name one.
Ukraine.
Malta.
No. Did you just have one there, Tam?
Ukraine.
Nope.
So we've got Spain,
I don't know.
Bosnia and Her. Yeah.
Bosnia.
Austria.
Bosnia, my schmorry
I
berry.
didn't say Bosnia. I said Bosnia.
You're a shite. You're a shite for sure eyes.
Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Yeah.
And San Marino.
San Marino.
Kosovo.
I hate this.
I'm going to admit it. I'm loving it.
Is this Tam's 4th question?
This would be Tam's 5th
It must be my
question.
5th bit.
I've got too many questions out then. I've lost track. This is just a free-for-all now.
Well, then, you went off track when you were trying to count to 4. So,
Bit before that, but Tam.
Hello.
God's sake, I've got to stop picking questions with words that I can't say.
what else are you going to ask?
The next question I'm going to ask telepathically.
You didn't let me think right. An intergluteal cleft
Nice.
is the lesser known name for what part of the body?
Say again.
An intergluteal cleft.
Your arse cheeks.
No.
Is it your lip for the cleft lip?
No.
It's going to be something to do with your arse. Is it your arsehole?
Crap.
That's what I said. Your fucking ass cheeks.
That's not a book, right?
It's a bit of fucking joints of arse cheeks.
See, you literally took me completely off track then, because when you said Tam was incorrect, the intergluteal bit
As soon as you
went
mentioned
out the window,
as soon as you
and
mentioned
I had
the
to
word
just think of cleft.
Yes, but it's not
It's your ass.
ass cheeks. It's the butt crack.
It's no ash cheeks. Have you got a
This one-
tiebreaker question?
I have question 6 yet. Sorry, Tom.
This will be my last appearance.
Ever. Not just the quiz, he's not leaving the house again.
Has Gary got another question?
Hopefully.
I've got more, but I just don't know.
Hopefully
Have
there's
we
no
done or
S's in
not?
it. Hopefully there's no S's in the question.
Right. We've done a quiz on every single episode, and the fundamentals of a quiz is that everyone has to have the same amount of questions. Tam has had 3. I've currently had 2. I need one more question, please.
You've had more than 3.
Not if that was Tam's number 5.
Anyway.
get on anymore. Oh,
We'll just ask the question. Gary, which is
Go
the only Disney princess with a tattoo?
Moana.
Pocahontas.
am I not allowed to fucking answer the question? You know, pass it over to you.
Would you have got it?
Yeah.
Oh.
What did she have tattooed?
Texas. Oh. You know the funny thing is, people who watch this back and go, that actually wasn't as funny as we thought it was.
Oh,
I
for
don't
this
even
goal.
care. Oh,
I'm here for it. I've got it.
mate.
Special guest, Sean Connery.
Dictionary. A shape for sure eyes.
when we need a time.
Yeah.
I don't
Please.
think I've got it in me.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Getting back to Gav's question.
Right, I'm going to have to disappear for this one because I didn't write it down.
He did say he wanted a question that had no words. Taking it a bit literal.
Oh, this
You can
is
still hear me though, yeah?
yeah, but this has been one crazy episode.
Right, are you ready?
I think so.
Where have you gone to read this? Is it on the village notice board?
How many days were there between the dates of the 1st of January 1970 to the 31st of December 2000?
How many days?
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm going to sit here and try and work that out.
Do you want me to go first bit?
Yeah.
No. Fucking, wait a minute. $11,050 days.
I think it was 11,049.
18,624.
Oh,
We are the champions. It's getting too easy, Gary. It's just getting too easy, son.
well. Congratulations, Tim.
Thank you, mate.
I'm not going to moan about it. I'm not going to be upset. I think the questions could have been worded slightly differently.
I did a little bit less ish in them. Yeah, I think we need to put a pin in this, boys. I think we need to stop this before it descends into complete chaos.
Before I start crying.
Well, yeah, I've got a headache. Lovely catching up, gents.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
Brilliant as always, guys.
Speak to you next week.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.